Beyond networking, what else should one consider when seeking to join the board of a nonprofit? Let me take a step back and talk about boards and how to protect all of you legally, okay? Because you all might get asked to join a board one day. I don't want you to join the board unless you're given by that company and paid for by that company what's called D&O insurance, and that stands for Director and Officer Insurance. Why? Because if you join as a board director, and there's 3 types of boards, I'll talk about the other 2 in a second, but if you join as a board director, you can get sued by investors, shareholders, etc. You can get sued. And you want to be indemnified or protected from lawsuits through what's called D&O insurance, Director and Officer Insurance. You never pay for it. The company always does. Don't ever join a company as on the board of directors unless you're given D&O insurance first. And that mainly applies to for-profit companies. But not for profit, you can still ask as well. Is there any sort of liability protection? Yeah. Now, let me talk about the 3 types of boards that there are. So the first type of board is called board director. Okay, and you need D&O insurance for that. I'm not a lawyer, so please, any legal thing I tell you, always do your own research. Okay. The second type is called board observer. And what board observer means, and you see this a lot in venture capital, and I've been a board member and board observers on VC boards here many times before. A board observer is just like a board of directors, except what happens is at the very, very end of each board meeting, every 3 months or so, you're asked to leave so that the board directors can vote on certain issues that you're not privy to. Then the last kind is called board advisor, and it's not really a legal thing. Obviously, talk to a lawyer first before creating a board or joining one, but you're just kind of an advisor. So sometimes when people say, I talk to my board, or I'm on some boards, it doesn't necessarily mean you're a board member or board observer. You just might be a board advisor. Yeah, but always do your research first, please, and talk to a lawyer. And there are a lot of people think it's expensive to talk to a lawyer. I mean, quite often it is, but there's a lot of websites you can go to now to rent a lawyer for $15 for a half-hour call or $30 for a 30-minute call. Let me show you what I do, and I'm not endorsing this firm at all, but I do pay this firm a bunch of money. Legalzoom, okay? This is how I've done my copyrights, trademarks, incorporations, etc. Oh, they just changed their website. I like the old branding better. What you can do is you can talk to any kind of lawyer you want to here. An estate lawyer for your trust, intellectual property, and I haven't done patents. I've done tons of trademarks, copyrights here, and other stuff as well. Registering your company as an LLC for whatever it is, or get advice on joining a board, whatever. But I recommend just speaking to a lawyer first before joining a board. In terms of how to join boards in general, just network aggressively. And so I've got this book here on networking. You can go to my website, haroonventures.com, to download it for free. It'll help you to be able to network to take your career to the next level, so to speak. But usually you have to have a bit of experience in a certain sector before you're asked to join a board. Yeah. But I really do believe in the whole, give and take mentality in life. But there's this great book called Give and Take, written by Adam Grant. The bottom line message of that book is that the poorest 1% of people in the world are givers. People with beautiful souls, like Mother Teresa. I love her. When is Hollywood going to make a movie about her? I'd love to see it. She's the best. The middle 98% of people in the world are takers. Most people are takers. Most people are avaricious. They just take their whole life. And then the top 1% of people in the world are givers. Okay, meaning a lot of billionaires. They're givers. They helped other people along the way. I'm not saying because you have a lot of money I respect you, but it's something you can quantify. Give and you'll receive. It's prophetic. It's been true since the beginning of time. If you help people, they will in turn help you in the long run. That makes you feel good about yourself too. That's how you join boards. You help people in the long run. They'll return the favor. All right. And your goal is I'm a pretty competitive guy, like especially for my students. I'm a pit bull and a pork chop for my students. I'll do anything. I'll walk through walls to make them successful, but I'm very, very competitive. So like when I'm on boards, my biggest goal is to get the first call from the CEO when she or he needs help. That's the measure of a great board member, by the way, or board observer or board advisor, is you get the first call from the CEO when they need help. And I always thought of myself humbly as a prosthetic extension of the management team, to the extent that I wanted to help them as much as I could. I want to help. And I think that in board meetings, you don't talk unless you can help. And so I introduced my CEOs of my portfolio companies. I was on the boards up to tons and tons of different CTOs to customers. Yeah.